Hey guys, Thrasher here. Today we're talking about the current banners, upcoming content. Before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, and let's talk about it right now. Okay, so right now we have 3, or technically 4 banners depending on how you look at it. We have the Legends Rising, or the Gohan banner that some people are calling it, the Ultra Space Time number 4 banner, and we have the Masters Pack number 1. We also have the Masters Pack number 1 that you get daily tickets for that's free. The most common question, or the most common 2 questions I get are, Thrasher, are you going to try to pull on Gohan again? Yes, I am. I'll tell you how that's going to work in a minute. And the second most common question is, what banner should I be pulling on if I absolutely want to use crystals right now and I want to pull on a banner? The best banner to pull on by far is the Legends Rising banner. It has 2 characters who are currently in the meta. One character who is reasonably good in Broly. Yes, he's fallen off the meta, but he's still a good unit. He's not a terrible unit at all. And then there are 2 units on there that are not in the meta anymore. But as far as looking at the units that you can get, this banner is your best option if you want to pull right now. Now, before you do that, listen to what I'm going to tell you about when I'm pulling on Gohan and why. The reason I have not pulled on Gohan yet is twofold. One, I needed to grind some crystals back up so I could actually pull on it. As you can see, I now have 3,000, so I plan on doing 3 more multis on this banner, assuming the second part of this doesn't happen. The reason I've waited is tomorrow we will have a reset of the PvP. There's maintenance tonight to prove that. There's also a possibility that we will get a new banner tomorrow after the maintenance ends tonight. That's not guaranteed, but what I want to do is make sure that I see what is coming out tomorrow before I spend crystals on this. If there's a new banner and there's some amazing new character that happens to pop up, I want to save some of these crystals to try for that banner as well, and I would still try at least a few more times on this Gohan. Now, with that being said, whenever I do pull on this Gohan or pull on that other banner, I will make a summoning video, so keep your eyes out for that. That'll show up probably later in the week at some point. But I also want to talk about what's going to be showing up in future banners. A lot of people are thinking this isn't the final form of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that we're going to see, and we're going to see maybe the one-armed Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. There's a lot of possibilities there. I don't think they're going to double dip on this Gohan right away. I think what they're going to do is start to move into the Majin Buu saga, or at least the Majin saga, and we'll see a Majin Vegeta, things related around that in the next few banners. And then we're going to start moving into the Dragon Ball Super stuff a little more heavily. And then in the future, once we have a lot more downloads, because I still think they're trying to move towards that critical mass of millions and millions of downloads, once we get to that point, then they'll come back and start hitting these bigger hitters again, where we'll get one-armed Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we'll get our Super Vegetas, we'll get our Super Gogetas, we'll get our Ultra Instinct Gokus. Those are down the road. They know that when those come out, people are going to be dropping as much money as they reasonably can, and they want to make sure that they have as many people playing the game when that hype hits as possible, so they don't want to waste it too early. Now, like I said, that's just my opinion, but that's generally how these gacha games work. Besides that, I'm sure you've noticed that the content itself has become fairly sparse in the last few weeks. If you're a very casual player who hasn't gone through everything, not a problem, you can keep playing, awesome. If you're someone who plays this game a fair amount, like I do, obviously, because I'm always putting out content, or you're just someone who happens to love the game and you play it all the time, you'll notice that we're running pretty short on content, and they've recycled a lot of old content, but we haven't got much new. And I'm thinking what's going to happen is similar to what happened in Dokkan when that first came out, is there was some content right away, there was a good amount of content right away, and then they slowly trickled out new content for the next few months. By around the 3rd or 4th month, which is about where we are right here, we saw a huge lull where there was just not a lot of content, and a lot of the more hardcore players quit playing for 2 to 3 months, somewhere in that range, and then they started pumping out just an avalanche of content from there on out. I think that's sort of what we're going to see here, is for the next month or 2 we'll probably have a bit of a lull. One thing to keep in mind is Tokyo Game Show is coming up, and this game is going to be featured on stage at the Tokyo Game Show, so there's a good chance that they have a lot of content in the very near future that's going to show up, because Tokyo Game Show is definitely going to get them a lot of press and awareness for this game, and I'm sure they're ready to take advantage of that. So that's sort of where I'm sitting on this banner, what I'm planning on doing in the near future, where I think the game is sort of going to go. If you guys have any input, what you think they're going to do next, what you would like to see next for actual content, throw it down in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.